What it do, baby? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Capo167 bringing you another Outrider build video. And in this video, I present to you the AP Pyro Debuff Build. Let's get to it. Now, before we go forward on breaking the build down, I will say this. This is by far one of the AP builds that is going to give your team maximum buff. Do you understand? So you'll be able to give your team at a minimum of about total 215%. We're going to break the math down at the end of everything so that way you can see. But you can possibly even get it higher than that depending on how many ads are on the battlefield. All right, so let's get to the primary weapon. You're going to be utilizing the Death Shield. The Death Shield comes with Fortress, and I've added Shadow Comet. Fortress is receive up to 43% damage bonus based on your armor, and Shadow Comet is shots called down a comet dealing 210,000 damage to enemies within a 3.5 meter radius with a 3-second cooldown. I will tell you right now, that will come into play depending on who you're playing with, and sometimes if your enemy are getting too close to you, this Shadow Comet will save your life, as you will be a little bit squishy in this build. But not only will it be able to save your life, but you'll be able to help your teammates out with some damage output with this Shadow Comet. Moving down to your secondary weapon, I utilize Air to the Desert. Now this comes with Sandstorm, shots conjuring a sandstorm dealing 232,000 damage over 5 seconds for a 5-second cooldown. And I've also added Shadow Comet on this also. Now basically all I really do is I take one shot, I switch my gun, I take another shot, I switch my gun, and then I take another shot. I constantly keep Shadow Comet just dropping down on the enemy if my teammates need some help. Now pistol, we don't have to worry about that. But if you want, you can put Moaning Winds on there. That way you can switch over to Moaning Winds, proc it, and then just go back to your main weapon. Now, breaking down the build. We are utilizing the Akari gear set. The set bonus active is every enemy damaged by heat wave grants 50% anomaly power bonus for 10 seconds. Now, I'm utilizing the head key. I have Fire Tsunami, which is increase the width of the firewall, and I've added Burnout. Damage enemies take 25% more damage for 8 seconds. Remember that. You may want to write that down because we're going to do a little bit of math later. Then we're utilizing the upper armor. I've added on this Death Sentence. Ash Blast, your weapon damage and anomaly damage against enemy affected by the skills are increased respectively by 40% and 30% for 5 seconds. And it came with Tidal Wave. The skill can be activated one more time before triggering the cooldown. For the lower armor, I'm utilizing the Space Legion. Now this comes with anomaly power, cooldown reduction, and status power. It came with Ride the Wave, Heat Wave. The skill can be activated one more time before triggering cooldown. And I've added Fire Frenzy. The skill can be activated one more time before triggering the cooldown. So I get an extra thermal bomb and I get an extra heat wave. Moving down to the glove, we're using a Akari glove to complete our 3-piece set. This came with Strength from Fire, Heat Wave. Using the skill grants 8 seconds, 10% weapon damage bonus for each affected enemies. And I put Branded on it. Thermal Bomb, enemy affected by the skill receive 40% more damage. And as foot gear, I'm using the Pitch Black boots. Once again, these also comes with anomaly power, cooldown reduction. This one has skill life leech. Now, if it had status power, that definitely will work also. The best way to get these boots is to go ahead and farm that Trench Town when you're kind of doing that frontline mission. There's plenty of videos out there. I'm thinking about putting out one to show you, but you basically grind that out and you go ahead and you get a green pair of boots. Once you get the green pair of boots that has the 3 attributes that you're looking for, definitely anomaly power, cooldown reduction, skill life leech, or status power, you want to roll them up to blue and see if you'll be able to get the Ash increase range. That's what you want, because that's going to be very important. The Ash increase range is very important because, let's say for example, when you go into the Boomtown, that last room, that boss room, with this mod right here, you can Ash blast the whole entire room. Not one enemy will be safe. That is very valuable. So I strongly suggest you get this. I added Untamed Power. Using the skill, deals 43,000 damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius around you. The damage is equal to 30% of your anomaly. Now, what you want here is double fun. And what double fun gives you is anytime you use a thermal bomb, instead of hitting one target, you're able to hit 2 targets. All right. So that is the mod you're going to really want there. I unfortunately have not been lucky enough to get that mod yet, but I really wanted to get this video out to you guys. So I'm going ahead and knock it out. But if you have double fun, this is exactly where it's going to go, because you're going to have 5 tier 1 mods and 5 tier 3 mods. Okay. Now, let's do a little bit of math so you can see where you're going to get your 215. If we go up to the top and you notice that burnout is going to give you 25% every time you utilize heat wave. Now, when I go to the gloves, I'm also getting another 10% off of heat waves. So that's 35%. But in total, I have 3 heat waves. Okay. So if we take a look, Tidal Wave makes it 2 heat waves and Ride the Wave makes it 3. So 3 times 35% is 105%. Just off of heat wave if you proc it all 3 times. So now we have established that we are putting 105% buff just off of heat wave, all 3 procs. Then you are getting 40% weapon damage off of Ash Blast. That's 145, right? Then we move up here and you're getting another 40% off a thermal bomb, right? So that's 185%. Okay, Capo, we still got 30% missing. Where is it? You're getting that other 30% from your anomaly damage. So in total, that is 215%. Now, I'm going to say you can do more than that, because if you read closely to some of these mods, it says using the skill grants 8 seconds, 10% weapon damage bonus for each affected enemy. For each affected enemy. So that means if I use heat wave and I hit 4 enemies with it, that 10% now becomes 40%. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm at 245% weapon damage. You see how that works? So this is why if you run it correctly, you can do more than 215% weapon damage. Just way more. So you definitely want to put this build together. Let's go over to the skills. I also want to hit on another subject. You may ask yourself, what is the difference between this build and an all purple build with the same mods? So I will tell you this. The all purple build, you will have a faster cooldown, possibly some more status power or skill life leech. But in this build, you have that extra 50% anomaly power bonus per enemy. You understand what I'm saying? So you would have to choose. Are you willing to give up that damage for some extra cooldown, skill life leech, or status power? Or would you rather keep that 50% anomaly bonus power for every enemy damage? And remember, 50% is a lot. It's a lot. It's like thousands of damage. So you would have to ask yourself, which one do you prefer? Would you rather have that 50% because that way your teammates can kill the enemy faster? Or would you rather sit there with a second extra of cooldown, right? So instead of 7 seconds, you have a 6-second cooldown. Would that benefit you? Not really, in my opinion. So that's why I prefer this build over an all purple build, because 50% anomaly power is a lot of damage for every enemy damage. Remember that, that's key. Every enemy. So every enemy that's hit increases that number by 1,000. Now, for skills, I'm utilizing Heat Wave with a 7.6 second cooldown, Ash Blast with a 15.8 second cooldown, and Thermal Bomb with a 6.8 second cooldown. Let's go over to the tree. Now, for the tree, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to get yourself some anomaly power. You're going to get World Ablaze with a reduced cooldown of your explosive skills by 15%. Get yourself some more anomaly power. Increase weapon damage and anomaly power by 5%. Wildfire, decrease all your skill cooldowns by 10%. Some max health. And then you're going to get Ignite skills cooldown by 15%, which is why you come up this way. Increase your skill damage by 8% against marked enemies. More anomaly power. Meltdown, burn afflicted on enemies deals 20 more percent. You're going to be burning everything. More anomaly power. With fire and anomaly, activating explosive skill increases your anomaly power by 12% for 10 seconds. Thermal Bomb, right? Increase your skill leech by 6%. More anomaly power. Increase your resistance piercing by 15%. Increase damage against elite by 10%. That will prove to be valuable. More reduce explosive skill cooldown by 15%. And increase explosive skills base damage by 30%. Now we go back up here, you're going to see that we got weapon damage increased by 8%. And then we also used the reduced immobilized skill cooldown by 15%. Okay, the cooldowns play a very, very vital part in this build, because what you're going to want to do, you'll want to keep them in rotation. In the rotation, you kind of want it to look like this. You want to go Heat Wave, all three. Then you want to shoot the 2 thermal bombs that you have. And then you want to go to Ash Blast. That is the rotation you're going to want to go. Reason being is that you have Heat Wave for 8 seconds. You have Ash Blast for 5 seconds. So you want to try to maximize the damage output, right? You want to maximize the buff that you get. So I can possibly shoot 3 Heat Waves in 3 seconds. That leaves me 5 seconds to shoot 2 Thermal Bomb and to activate Ash Blast. If you kind of really think about it, if you hit the Ash Blast, you use 3 seconds for Heat Wave, you're only left with 2 seconds for the Thermal Bomb, and I don't see that happening. So to maximize your buff output, I would say Heat Wave all 3, then both of your Thermal Bomb, and then you finish him off if he's not dead yet with Ash Blast. All right, but usually 3 Heat Waves and 1 Thermal Bomb will get the job done. And there you have it, the AP buff build. Hope this helped you out. Please be sure to check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description with the times that I'm usually live. You never know, I could be live right now and able to answer any and all of your questions that you may have. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all my upcoming builds and videos here on YouTube. And I tell you right now, the Chronicles of Tony's is one you're not going to want to miss. I appreciate you, YouTube. Have a good one, fam. I'm out.
Outrider detected. Access granted.